Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome back to the Equestrian Park here in Putrajaya, Malaysia. Trio Invitational. We are about to start the Open Division Finals between Fyshwick Ultimate out of Canberra, Australia, and the all-star team from the region DMG Men. My name is Jared. I'm here with Mr. Chun, we're both going to be giving you our takes on the action, and it's going to be a good one.
Hello, hello. Yeah, very excited to see. And yeah, as we see, this is currently with Fyshwick for the first opening act on offense. Fyshwick moving the disc down the field, along the line, making quick work, moving it past the halfway point of the field. And oh, cheeky little backhand high release to reset to the middle. And the deep zipper. Oh, AJ had a hand on that disc, but unfortunately he just couldn't reel it in.
Just out of his reach there. I think the oldest member of the team, 38 years old, some experience with Clapham ellipsis, seen some gold at the US Open, bronze at Worlds, multiple beach golds. Been playing for a while. Still's got the wheels, just unable to stretch out and take that disc. But somehow they take the disc back. The team takes the disc back. Fyshwick has possession once again inside the red zone. Patrick Bethune sends it off to 13. And that stall's got to be getting high at this point. The disc is going to go up. The big bodies take it down.
AJ get it in. And yeah, for the first score for Fyshwick Ultimate.
AJ looks back and says, "Thank you, that's exactly what we had planned. Had nothing to do with a really high stall count. They just want to put the disc up in the air to their most experienced player and take the lead 1-0 early."
Yeah, I mean, despite having 3 men on him, the man with the yellow cap is not phased at all. And yeah, look at that. Look at the stride, the confidence. That just goes to show how much experience that he has under his belt. And at this point, nothing seems to phase it anymore.
What more is there? What more is there? Now, he and a lot of his teammates do have international experience, but this is actually Fyshwick Club's first trip out of country since 2009. So as a club, there's not a whole lot of international experience, but the individual players, they have a lot of Beach Worlds players, Masters players. They have under 20s on the team. So there is in the individuals a lot of international experience. And their opponents from DMG is very much an international team from the region. In fact, when I spoke to a good friend of mine on this team earlier in the tournament, he said, "See you in the finals." There are some egos on this team. Let's see, there's some contact.
Ooh.
And that is not contested. Thank you for the hand signals. We appreciate it up here in the booth. So this is an interesting one. We have a team coming up from Canberra. Then we have kind of the home all-star team. Of course, there is a lot of Shok on this team, a Singaporean club, but there are also some Malaysian players and other players from the region.
Yep, and I do believe they have a sprinkle of Taiwanese players as well, coming together and trying to put on a great show for us today on this very beautiful evening, albeit very, very hot in this Malaysian weather. The MG, Sam Perry, I believe, is on the disc, centering it back. Oh, number 9 there from Fyshwick. Almost had a fall and a slip, but yeah, managed to catch himself back, putting on ultimate pressure for DMG, and seems to be a travel call. Justin Byron there on the mark. Oh, impressive run through D right there for a handler reset around on the open side.
That's a big block right there. Fyshwick with a chance to go up 2-0 early. taking the time on the goal line. And that is in. Can't see who scored that. Did you see who scored that there?
I don't seem to catch that as well because he just ran too fast.
They're just too fast.
Yeah,
they're
just too fast, honestly. And all they need to do is just did a little pop to the front corner, and that's it. Let's catch that in the.
Okay,
engine.
I know exactly who that is. That is everyone's favorite roommate, Justin Byron, the best roommate in the world. Does his dishes, vacuums the floor. What a great roommate.
As we see there on the field, the jerseys of the players are flapping about, so we know that there is actually some sort of wind down there on the field that actually adds up to the difficulty of the throws and the catches.
Oh, that was from Jacob Merlin, one of the coaches of Indonesia at SEA Games. Indonesia-based, a long-term resident of the region and quite a personality and a big part of Southeast Asian Ultimate. Good stuff, Mr. Merlin.
And now we have one on the disc for the poll. One is actually based out in Malaysia, and I believe he is currently based in Australia, and he brought Fyshwick Ultimate out of Canberra for their first international tournament after so many years, right? And yeah.
Watching Juan out there cracks me up because all the other people on the line are so much bigger than he is, but he flies. That kid flies around the field. He's a huge defender, and you just watch him. He's making up territory. There's also some poaching. Merlin tries to get off to get the D. Comes across. They'll say Bernie looks deep.
Oh,
just out of the reach.
Tipped by his own fingertips. And I believe that is Justin Ho, native Malaysian. And now giving Fyshwick the opportunity to go on. Oh, okay, nice grab there. Looking down the field. Nice grab there from Juan. Oh no. And a big swipe down from, I believe that's Jeff from Singapore DMG Women. Jeff being notoriously famous in the local, I would say, social media as one of the most creative handlers out there in this region. And yeah, because of his D, then they managed to score their first score.
Yeah, that was a beautiful look to the far corner. A lot of space in there. Over to Justin for the score, finding a lot of space in there. Just a lot of nice touch on that throw. And that puts DMG on the board. Fyshwick still up.
Let's look back at this replay. Nicely put. What a vision, and completely empty.
So thank you for tuning in wherever you are right now. I can see we already got a little bit of Australia representing. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for joining us once again. This is the open final here in Putrajaya, Malaysia, Trio Invitational. Fyshwick, which is a suburb of Canberra, I know that now, against DMG men from all over the region in our open final.
Yeah, just a little bit of a fun fact that actually Fyshwick and DMG both are on a hot winning streak in the Trio Invitational 2026. So yeah, we are in it for the treats as both really just want to win this and be crowned the champion.
Yes, both teams are coming into this undefeated. It's the one division that's just very kind of clear-cut what the top two teams are, and that is a big takeaway. Is that Bernie there being kind of sneaky?
Yep, exactly. Bernie with a sneaky push block.
Bernie was the captain, coach, player for the Malaysian team at SEA Games this last December. And they took away a bronze medal in the inaugural ultimate competition at the Southeast Asian Games, where you may have heard my voice. Good times. All right, DMG looking to tie it up early in this one.
Bevuni on the mark. Nice slider across the field, slashes through the middle to slowly work their way very patiently. Not trying to waste any sort of opportunity and time. And a nice backhand around throw leading into a equalizing score, 2-2, DMG Fyshwick.
Yep, important score. Joven Chong there taking the point. Joven plays for Fyshwick, I believe is his club. He also played for the Singapore national team in Bangkok for SEA Games this last December. Though I think he plays for Fyshwick. I could be wrong on that one, because if you were listening to our coverage of the SEA Games, you know that we did kind of screw up a little bit, and that happens. So please have patience with your commentators. We will do our best.
Yep, indeed. So yeah, we are looking up to a 0 point for Fyshwick at the 78-minute mark. Frankie with the disc there from DMG, number 33, for a massive backhand pull. Right. Oh, just cross the end line of the end zone, I believe. And there is a call for a break.
Just skipping off this beautiful Bermuda grass. Or no, it flew all the way out. No, it is a brick. My bad. Coming up to the brick mark, the X in the middle of the field. Still very visible here on Field 5 Center Court at the Putrajaya Equestrian Park. Svatos takes it down on the sideline, working back to AJ. Patiently moving it back. A little bit of a dominator among the three of them. Some experience out there. Alex Young in there as well. Svatos.
Nice.
Working back in the red zone now. Time to be efficient. Make sure it gets all the way in there. And it does not. It does not.
Woo.
Big D, but looks like there is a call. Something is going on. There is a discussion. Let's see what's going on here. Not getting much clarification, just some hand waving. And looks like players are started to move down the field, but now they are moving up the field. Looks like a turnover. Fyshwick unable to convert that red zone possession. See if it comes back to bite them here. DMG taking possession at about the halfway mark, considering going over. Everybody, nope, they go to the open side of the sideline, short, right at the brick mark inside the red zone. They consider going away, but looks to be patient.
Bernie. Oh,
Bernie finds the score to Isaac.
Creating the lead, 3-2, DMG. That was beautiful, beautiful offense. Very clean hole as well. And you can see from their throws, it is very, very precise and clinical. This goes to show they are here for a reason in the finals match for the men's division trio invitation 2026. Look at that, beautiful.
Yep, and like you said, both these teams are coming in undefeated. DMG had a pretty easy Saturday, going 13-3 over Junk, and looks like we have a Heat timeout. So just to give you a little breakdown of how both teams got here, DMG defeated Junk from Hong Kong 13-3, Haichi 13-6. They had a tough one against Indian team from No Fly Zone 11-8. Had an easier one against Struggle Bus 13-3. In the quarterfinals, they got through the Pink Dolphins 15-6, and then had to beat No Fly Zone once again in the semifinals to get here to the finals. Fyshwick was also undefeated, but they had a little bit tougher of a Saturday, 13-11 over Vikings, then 13-9 over Pink Dolphins, taking out Caremen by just the universe point, then having an easier one against Nimbus, quarterfinal against Struggle Bus 15-4, and I called their semifinal against Vikings, but I did not put the score down.
I believe it's 15-10 against Vikings on their second matchup there.
Yeah, that was a battle.
Yep. So, and that's exactly what we are hoping to see now in the finals, as we still have the heat break on. Let's just give the players a couple minutes to, rehydrate, as the sun is just blazing right here over the field.
It is a 33-degree afternoon here in Putrajaya. And my buddy Chun is here to translate any comments in Chinese in the YouTube comments. So yeah, just go ahead and throw him in there. He'll take care of that.
Yep. I'll try my best. Since there is a 圣博爸爸加油, I'm not too sure who that is. I believe that it is from a player in DMG, and looking at what it is, it may be for a Taiwanese player. Good shout out there. So, 圣博, do your best out there. You have a fan watching on YouTube.
Yeah, you're getting jayoed. Thank you all for tuning in. All 6,721 of you. I'm not so good with numbers, but that's probably what it is, something like that. Thank you all for tuning in. We got Bernie to pull. Bernie as a puller was very effective at SEA Games. I want to see how far this goes. A little short for him, not quite getting to the goal line. And DMG looking a little poachy, but that just goes right into the air and it floats.
Oh, wow. What? Right in front of the end line of the end zone for the score for AJ.
Just out of reach of the DMG number 12.
And I believe that
Aaron.
What a put. And I believe that is from Alex Young, captain for Fyshwick Ultimate.
Just out of reach.
That was awesome.
Beautiful throw, a whole lot of confidence. A lot of these players for Fyshwick have spent time with national teams, national level competition, including Alex Young, who had spent some time on the Beach Ultimate team for Australia, taking silver in Beach Worlds 2025. So like I said, even though this club hasn't traveled as a club very much, a lot of these players have international playing experience. And looks like Justin Byron to pull everyone's favorite roommate. And away we go in a 3-3 game. Pull doesn't stay in. It's going to go over to the brick mark. DMG picks up.
And Andy Chan on the mark here from Fyshwick. DMG making use of all the space that's given to them. Look at all the fakes from Jeff. Jeff looking down seems to struggle a little bit to find open players as Fyshwick is putting on very hard match defense on them. But yep, now that they have the flow back on, it doesn't seem to me there is any. Ooh, look at that! Look at that! Look back while trying to receive the disc for the reset, and I believe there is a call downfield.
Yes, these the players, even though DMG hasn't played together as a team very much, a lot of the players have played on same clubs and pickup teams together. They know how to use this win. They're used to this. Not an issue, and they're going to have a little bit of fun with it too. Looks like another, nope, not another call, just a little get over there for my high backhand. You get over there for my high backhand.
That was naughty. Very naughty from DMG there. And I think that is another call.
Yep, not quite good enough. That's not going to be score yet. That might be.
Yep. Second time. I mean, if you can do it once, you can do it twice. Cheeky little pop-up. I believe it's an offhand as well. High release for the score.
Scored by Reynard. Another member of Singapore's SEA Games team. And DMG out front, 4-2-3. And Chun, I'm going to leave it to you to work through the comments. We appreciate the participation. Please hop into the comments and tell us what's up. Tell us where you're from, or just challenge Chun to read some Chinese.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, from what I understand is the comment section is having a bit of a conversation and asking why is Sheng Po being benched, I believe. Honestly, I'm not sure. I hope that I can go down there on the sideline and help you get answers, but yeah, I'm more focused on trying to commentate this, trying to entertain you as we watch this very entertaining finals match. Oh, that's a very unfortunate mishap there.
Dropped by Dane, unable to hold on and taken advantage of by DMG. Joven with the score at the end there. Immediate counterattack off the drop. Bernie to Joven for the score. Malaysia to Singapore. International score.
Damn.
Unfortunate drop there by Dane.
Yeah, I'll say that's a bit uncharacteristics from Dane, but let's see him pick himself up from that and then put on a great show. We still have over an hour to the game, and yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea for DMG to go ahead and counterattack as quickly as possible when they do have the disc given to them in such a way, because I don't think they want to settle in and have to try to play against a Fyshwick defense that has time to set up and think about their matchups. Go ahead, when you have that opportunity, go ahead, counterattack as quickly as possible, especially when you have the level of athlete that DMG has and the level of creative thrower as well.
Oh, a little bit of rollout there from the pull. That was a great pull from DMG.
Did Alex touch that before that went out? Yeah, it looks like he did. So they're playing it at the back of the end zone. So they are going to have to go full field and more to go ahead try to score this. They have a lot of experience. Svatos has it over here. goes inside out, sees his receiver has a little bit of space. They worked it out of the end zone.
Yep, finding Alex Young for a reset to AJ. Long forehand pass to the far side of the sideline. Ooh, AJ again back with the disc. AJ making strides on this Fyshwick lineup.
That's saying with the level of experience that they have as individual players, you're not going to see a lot of panic here. And I've already seen that they all have a lot of trust for each other, putting throws out. Using a lot of space here, a lot of possibilities. But slowing up a little bit, Stahl getting high, has to swing back. Taken in by Captain Alex Young. Over to Dane, squeezing the disc that time. AJ takes it just a few meters outside of the brick line. And it goes up big.
Oh,
That's players who know each other right there.
what a dime
AJ
from
to
AJ.
Alex. Yeah, that's recognition. That's having played for a while, seeing the possibilities, and having confidence in your
Receiver,
teammate.
yeah.
But you do see there's a DMG player who just misreads it. He sees what's happening, but just can't quite find the disc.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, that was a very, very great attempt to deal the disc as well. But yeah, he probably thought that the disc would come off a bit floaty, and that was not the case.
But Fyshwick does what they have to do with the score, and that is a score as long a scoring position as you will find, as they had to start at the back of their end zone. Not where you want to start, or maybe it is where they want to start because it just works. So well done by Fyshwick taking it, I can't even do the math, a long way up the field. Now they're pulling to DMG. Justin Byron, everyone's favorite roommate to pull. And Mark, thank you for tuning in from Queensland, but I got some bad news. Wednesday's going to be a little rough. So just sorry about what's going to happen to the Maroons.
Jeff now with this DMG, looking downfield, trying to play, and seemingly having quite a bit of a hard time before they can find a connection on the field, as Fyshwick putting on hard match defense like a dog.
Like a dog.
Like a dog.
They got the dog in them.
Yep, exactly. And yeah,
Yeah, it's tight, but DMG does not need a whole lot of space to work with. Very precise throws. And teamwork knowing where they're going. Works disc around. Now they're just a few meters outside the goal. And it hangs up just a little too much, but it works.
Wow, what a put from the thrower.
Okay, let's hold on. There is something. We're walking back into position right now,
Right.
and we're going to have to do it again.
Look at that. Just look at that throw from Jeff. His signature bang. Oh, what a D.
Ooh, looks like a score. Reynard forces it through.
And Justin with the awareness and the connection for the layout score. Wow.
And yet you see Andy Chen's kind of congratulating his teammates. They got a block. There's not much more you can do with that. That was a great hustle by DMG. But as a defensive team, if you're going to get a block, you're getting a block. You feel good about it. Nothing more you can do. That's just bad luck. That's an unlucky bounce and a whole lot of hustle by the DMG men. There's the Fyshwick defense is not going to feel too bad about themselves right there. That is a difficult bounce.
Yep, and I believe that was Elijah on the D, and in my opinion, he did an exceptional job. It's just that, as you say, Gerald, is just very unfortunate. And this brings it up to a heat break as the weather is just relentless today.
I don't know. I think these guys are pretty soft. Very easy to say from our little air-conditioned booth up here. Hey, can I get another margarita, please? But God, the waitresses are very slow up here. But yeah, so we are at a heat break, and I think this is a good time for Fyshwick to be able to take this break. Just had an unlucky bounce, which in theory could be a little deflating down to, but this is going to give them a chance to get it together, get the captains, have a little talking to them, come out with an offense that they are happy with, see if there's any defensive adjustments they have to make. Now they're getting a feel for what DMG is doing on both sides of the disc. I think this time is definitely favoring Fyshwick. But DMG looks strong. They're doing what they do. A lot of different release points on their throws.
Yep, exactly.
Kind of representing what we do out here in Asian Ultimate. Usually the bodies aren't so big, but the throws can come from a lot of different heights, a lot of different angles. And so DMG's found a way to manufacture a couple points. Couple unfortunate turnovers by Fyshwick as well.
So, Jared, actually, I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Based on your vast experience having played this game for a little over 3 decades now, right? So, what do you think, like the style of plays of these both teams? Who do you think will have a bit of a more advantage right here?
I don't know if it's a matter of advantage. I really don't. They're not really all that different. I find that Fyshwick is maybe a little more straightforward. They do what they do. They create space for each other. A lot of experience, a lot of years on the field, a lot of international experience. Where DMG is coming at, their attack is coming at a lot of different angles, sometimes slightly awkward. I wouldn't say that one is necessarily better than the other. It's just a matter of implementing your own strategy at its best. And I'd be curious if either team brings in some different strategies on defense as well. Because I'm going to guess that DMG, a lot of these guys have actually played together, and the teams they've played on do have some little funky twists and turns to the defense. I'm curious if they're going to be breaking them out at all. Fyshwick, I don't quite know as well, but it is a team that has been a club for 20 years now. So we will see if they have any tricks up their sleeve as well.
Yep, I guess we'll have to find out on this point where Fyshwick is now on the offense. And it is a break mark called wasting no time, using the open space with a long forehand. Oh, just a miscommunication and misthrow right there, as the disc got picked up by DNG man and immediately goes for a floaty forehand hack. But it seems to be sorted away by AJ, but there would be a call, I believe.
Yeah, yes, AJ did go up for the disc. AJ had very much better position on this one, though. I don't see a call. Looks like he took something to the chin, but he was already behind AJ. I didn't see much there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so let's look back at the replay here.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, Jared.
It looks like AJ really just went straight up.
Yep.
It looks like the DMG defender, or the DMG offender had his head just in the wrong position.
Yep. I mean, albeit saying that, I do believe that AJ had a way better positioning compared to the DMG receiver, but we will let the players talk it out.
Yeah. You know, this is one that I would actually hope that the DMG teammates would ask their teammate to reconsider, and he's not going to.
And we will be looking at a contested throw, so that this will go back to, I believe this is Sam Perili, player from Malaysia, East Malaysia, Sarawak, having his own experience level playing in the national and international level as well, representing Malaysia and Sarawak respectively on the disc.
Little high backhand gets it across. Looking to score in that far corner. Comes back at it strong. Resets. End zone efficiency is everything. Not a whole lot of room to work. They're stuck on that sideline for a moment. Works it across, seeing some space on the other side. Is there a continue to this side, working just up to the goal line? Frankie goes across. Back to Sam, going across. Aaron looking in. Not quite seeing anything. Being smart and squeezes it past.
And that is a bit of a mix call there in the end zone.
Just squeezing it past a bidding Mark Shillard.
I do believe that is a score.
And that is a score. And it does look like he scored. He does have all of his teeth still.
Ooh, that's a nice toe in there. Very, very great awareness shown by Yan Bo Yi. Yeah, there you go. There he is. Hey, Chad. So he's not benched. He's still there. He's playing and he scored a goal.
Yeah, he's definitely been putting in the time this tournament. He's an overall leader for this team with 11 goals and 5 assists coming into this match. And Bernie to pull. I think Bernie needs more jewelry.
I mean, I don't know about that. I don't think that's advisable, as gold is not light as per se, so he needs all his energy to run down the disc. And if he's constantly wearing like 5 kilos of jewelry on him, I don't think that will be very, very advantageous.
I think you're neglecting the importance of style. And Fyshwick works it up just out of the reach. Justin just trying to get there. Just out of his reach. AJ looks for him. Not quite getting there. It's going to be Fyshwick back on the defensive side. AJ beautifully toes the line. Throws it out there just out of the reach of everyone's favorite roommate.
Let's hope that he don't get slipping on the field now with the layout.
Bernie brings it up. Bernie's also from Sarawak, which is an area of northern Borneo Island, which is part of Malaysia. Fyshwick locking down, but DMG finds space up the sideline. Little cute inside out, and it goes up. Beautiful. You see, kind of as I was saying earlier, this was that started off with a couple of just slightly awkward inside-out throws, and then beautifully off to the far corner. Those first two throws made for a lot of space out there.
But great deed effort there from Fyshwick, Bayuni, Bethuni, sorry, trying to get a hand on the disc, but unfortunately just couldn't get there in time.
And assist by Yan Bo Yi. He's still here.
He's
He's
still
still
here.
here. Don't worry.
He's
Don't
still
worry.
here.
He's still here. And that takes us to halftime, 8-4. Can't lie to you. I didn't think we were going to be seeing a 4-point difference at half, but that is what we see. Both teams are headed into the shade for a rest, and I believe we will do the same.
Yep, catch y'all in 4 minutes, folks.
And we are back. Fields teams are beginning to head onto the field after halftime. 8-4 DMG over Fyshwick in this open final of Trio Invitational 2026 from the lovely Bermuda grass of the Equestrian Park here in Putrajaya, Malaysia, just outside of Kuala Lumpur. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in and participating in the chat. We have good confirmation here that Byron is, in fact, the best roommate ever. I mean, he sounds so good that I want to move in with you guys.
Make room, boys.
I don't know if I could live in Australia. The beer is far too expensive for me. I'm used to Cambodia prices. By the way, that's where I'm based. My name is Jared, and I am based in Siem Reap, Cambodia. I've been involved in Asian Ultimate since 1999. And so thank you to Trio for letting me be here on the commentary. And thank you to all of you for letting me into your homes and into your hearts. And I'm here with my G Chun, who is awesome as well, probably.
Thank you. I mean, I can't confirm. I'm not the kind of guy that praises myself, but yeah, as Justin Byron with the massive pull downfield, right smack to the middle of the end zone for DMG. Jeff on the disc with his signature fakes.
A lot of space, and it is up. It is going big.
Oh.
Full extension. Oh.
Wow.
And not quite in. Justin finds his teammate.
For a massive layout catch.
Or not quite a catch.
Oh. But that was a great attempt from the DMG man.
Yeah, but I think we had a little bit of the rule of conservation of greatness right there. Justin taking the rebound, trying to be maybe a little too pretty right there. Could have taken a second and gotten a little more high percentage throw. Fyshwick looks like they want to take advantage. Already inside the brick mark and hang it up into traffic.
Oh.
They're able to pull it in.
Still in possession. Justin with this for a quick backhand pop for
Andy Chen.
Andy Chen.
And that turnaround, that might be one that we look back on as being pretty important. That is the difference between a 9-4 game and the 8-5 game that it's going to be right now. We are down to a 3-point difference. And I think Fyshwick realizes the importance of that right there.
Yeah, I mean, looking at how the sideline celebrated as well, that point literally lit them on fire, as we can see that they will be more fired up, of course, to give it their all, to play with a little bit over 40 minutes on the clock still.
Yeah, a lot of time in this one, but every point is going to be pivotal. Pivotal, yes.
Yep.
That is English. And we do see Juan out on the field. The connection between Canberra and Malaysia. Always excited when he comes out on the field. He comes out on the D line and flies around. Always a possibility of something exciting happening. I mean, the socks are already exciting. Those are great colors.
I can't agree more. And it's a very magic color with his cleats as well, as Justin rips it for the pull. Ooh, cheeky catch right above the grass from Jeff, and immediate sends off for a forehand. Oh, just too much. Too much.
Just barely too much. You almost think it's floating just enough.
Oh,
Gerald decides not to plant himself in the beautiful Bermuda grass. And it comes back, and it is up, going the other way.
Oh, look at one.
And it is the smallest guy on the field taking down the big catch. And you got to give it to him. You got to give it to him.
Oh, my Lord.
And we can actually hear the crowd outside. They know who just made that grab. They know he's a local. They are excited to see that right there. And he earned it. You see how fast that dude flies around.
Yeah, one, I would call that cantik sekali.
Cantik sekali.
Beautiful.
漂亮. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely lovely. That is big, and that is another one for Fyshwick. We are right in there. We all of a sudden very quickly have a 2-point game.
And that's exactly what we are expecting out of these two teams right here. Dogging it out for the finals men's match. Trio Invitational 2026.
All right, looks like I have my official invite. Maria, I will be giving you a shout very shortly, and we will hammer out the details. I mean, of course, I'm psyched to live with you, but I mean, come on, world's greatest roommate. That's the dream. Justin Byron, wow. Anyway, Fyshwick has worked their way back into this, just down 2. DMG is playing with a little bit more authority right now. They do not like what's happening. They go around down the line, a little bit of confusion, but does not matter. And it hangs too much.
What a play. What a D by AJ. And look at the celebration.
No, I am not letting you score that, AJ. No. No, he says no, 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 no. You hang that. That is mine. Beautiful grab, though.
Ooh. I could watch it all day.
Wow. It just floats up a little bit too much. AJ sees a line to the disc and goes after it. Wow.
Alex Young with the disc. Shooting it downfield, finding AJ. If a big intercepted.
No, that did not come out of AJ's hand right. That did not come out right. That is not what he wanted to do, obviously.
Yep.
He wanted to get over those defenders. Did not come out right. DMG takes over. Little inside out. They're going to look deep for one. It is not there.
Oh, throw away from DMG men, giving another opportunity for Fyshwick. As we can see, AJ wasting no time running it down and shooting it downfield.
Right over into Jack Donnelly. Jack the Jandler. Nope. Wait, what's that? I could have mistaken. I thought that was 27 right there. Yes.
Yes, that's Jack. Yep.
The Jandler. I've heard that's what they call him.
Oh, I'm not too sure.
I don't know why, but
maybe we can confirm with the girlfriend Chloe, who might be in the audience seats now, or even online, right? So if you're there, Chloe, do confirm our little banter, little confirmation right here.
And just like that, bam, we got a 1-point game. Like I said, I didn't think we were going to have differentiated by 4, and this is why. Because I did not see Fyshwick, giving up those points, and they're not giving this one up at all. And when you see the energy that AJ is putting on out there, DMG making some mistakes, as it was Jack Donnelly from AJ.
So yeah, word on the field that DMG used their first timeout down, try to hopefully break up the momentum that's being built up brick by Fyshwick Ultimate, and try to regroup.
All right, now we have a battle, folks. And it's going to be a pull from Fyshwick, down just one now with inside of 35 minutes on the clock.
Oh, we have Alex in the chat right there. Yep, and we had a confirmation there from Chloe as well. Chandler.
What a beautiful nickname. It just rolls off the tongue. And away we go. And once again, everyone's favorite roommate will be pulling, and in my future roommate as well. Just down one in this open final here in Putrajaya, Malaysia. And off we go. Big hangy pull, which is not going to stay in. Unlike the trash at the house, which he always puts in the bin. All right, DMG to start from the brick mark. It's going to be Frankie, I believe.
I don't think so. I think
Nope.
this someone out of Japan, I
Oh,
believe.
my bad.
But I'm not too sure. But yeah, this is now met by Jeff with a nice cheeky backhand slider throw through a tight space for a beautiful handle space.
Very smart little cheeky throw right there. Seeing that there's some face guarding going on. Once you see the face guard, just throw it off into a space, and the defender doesn't know where it's going. Holding possession, couple quick throws, moves it to the center of the field. DMJ looking to extend their lead to 2 in this open final. Having a little trouble finding a small space along the sideline.
Yemboyi on the disc, jamming it down along the sideline to meet the receiver for the 9th score.
Yeah, if you still aren't sure where Yenbo Yi is, he's right there.
Yep.
That's where he is.
Making a statement out there.
Throwing another score. Extending the lead to 9-7 for DMG.
Dermot, help! Help me, Dermot! Dermot, I need help! Jackson! Where's Twin? Twin! Twin! Are you here, Twin? Hey, Young's dad! Rachel! Hey, Young's
Yep,
dad.
that
Oh,
was
Tosh,
a
you there?
K Sato
Zang it if you're there for
DMG
my
that
run.
just scored. Yep, David, we do agree that we need gender on the field. And here we go. Fyshwick on O.
This is a Bernie pull. Not able to keep it in. All right. Fyshwick brings it up to the brick mark. Patrick Bethune.
Bethune, I believe it's pronounced. Bethune. Doesn't really matter. Fyshwick with the disc on O. AJ putting it down. Ooh, nice
This
little win.
might be worth a discussion. Nope. We're going to keep
Okay.
playing. And Fyshwick is able to work it in. Alex Young with the finish.
I hope you're proud, Dad, watching from home. Alex just got a score.
very sneaky right behind Joven. Losing a little track what is going on. Throw goes right behind him. From Michael Fairfield, excuse me. And we are back at a heat break with 29.5 minutes left and a 1-point game in this final. Getting towards that point on the clock where it is touch and go, whether we will make it up to 15 in this game, meaning that every point is vital. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate it. And another heat break, 9-8. Later on, we are going to have the mixed and the women's final. Coming up, me and Shun will be doing the women's final for that one. Pretty excited about that.
Yup, definitely watching two titans of the region, Uno from based out in Japan against Tea Party. I believe it's a mixture of Singaporeans and Malaysians in the team. Yeah, very, very excited. That will be happening around 4:45 p.m. on this same channel, same stream. And for the other channel, on Field 9, will be for the mixed division finals, Airbenders versus the Simpsons.
Yeah, two great games. I suggest watching them both at the same time.
Yep, I'm pretty sure you have a tablet and a phone or even a laptop, right? So just prop both up on the table and you have both eyes, one on each device.
I mean, or if you can't do that, the option is you can watch one and listen to the commentary of the other. That wouldn't be confusing at all. And that would just be a wonderful, wonderful sensory experience. If you're ADHD like me, something like that could be the perfect solution. And we are still locked in a 1-point game here in the Open Finals Trio Invitational, Putrajaya, Malaysia. Jared and Chun bringing you the action here at this Open Final. Then we will be back for women's final shortly. And then that's it. Hard to believe. This has been an amazing weekend so far. A whole lot of action. And, you know, as amazing as Justin Byron is as a roommate, I would love to see how he functioned in the Trio Invitational Staff House, which was a very much a different world. We were all staying together in a reality show atmosphere, it seemed. The first night we were up pretty late because people had to work on their TikTok dances.
I'm sure glad that I'm not part of that at all.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I was totally just dragged into it. I didn't force my way in at all.
Yep, so for those of you who are following the Trio Invitational 2026, maybe you can just catch Jared on the TikTok right there.
Jared's Cambodia is my handle on TikTok, if you are a TikTok guy. And if you are my age, you probably aren't. All right, away we go. Fyshwick to pull down only one in this Open Final. All right, my future roommate to pull, and away we go. And pull is up. just at the goal line. Fyshwick works her way down, puts a little pressure on early, forcing them to throw up this near line. They find the inside out. Fyshwick was putting pressure on the dump, but they gave up the inside out. DMG works back towards the middle. Once again, forcing this way. This time cutting off the inside out, giving a little trouble. Oh, come on now. Come on.
Oh, great save there by Jovan, I believe. Yen Boyi with the disc, looking downfield, but not taking the deep shot.
Cheeky lefty, high backhand. It's one thing you see about from these DMG players. A lot of them have some crafty little throws with both hands. They throw at a lot of different angles. And the receivers are ready and waiting and know that they are coming. Renard, yep, little lefty high backhand.
And another one. Wow. Wow.
And gets it right back, right on that near sideline. Merlin unable to close off. And that is DMG going up by 2.
I see a pattern right here from DMG men whereby there is almost three consecutive backhand high release to get to that score right in front of the end zone.
Yeah, Jacob just unable to get there. Very graceful. Renard pulls it in for the score and the 2-point lead. And we have Fyshwick to receive the pull. And Bernie didn't put it in too terribly far last time. Come on, Bernie. Let's see if you can get near the back of the end zone. It's a big weapon for the Malaysian SEA Games team was Bernie's pulling. And away we go, wind up, and let's see how far this goes. Hangs up nice and high, and it makes it, that's a pretty decent pull. It's about halfway through into the end zone. DMG covers the territory, but Fyshwick able to work it into the middle.
I see that Fyshwick is using a bit of a playbook from DMG men for that throw as they work the way around to the other side of the field, near sideline, finding AJ.
And it is up. Ooh, Scheller gets bumped off. Yeah, Mark Scheller unable to hold his ground right there, gets bumped off. Let's see what happens. And he's like, do we need translator? He's like, nah, we don't need no translator. Let's take a look at this one more time. Little bit of space here.
A bit of a bump there, I believe, from number 7.
I'm not sure that he's able to bring that disc inbounds. That was hanging up there. I'm not so sure of it. With this amount of discussion, it's hard to imagine it's going to be anything other than a foul contest.
Yep, I do agree.
So let's see. I'd be curious. I don't know if anyone from Fyshwick had an angle that they could also contribute as well. Because this is one of the issues with self-officiation is lack of information. Is that as a player, you're going for the disc. You don't exactly see everything around you. You feel contact. You feel that it gave you problems catching the disc. But you don't see whether you're going to be in bounds, whether you actually have a chance to catch the disc. You just feel the contact. And I'd be curious. And Mark is looking around saying, hey, what do you think? What do you think? And they're calling a turnover, yes. And I think a big part of that was Mark looking back and trying to get some advice from some other folks, and the advice he received was let it go.
Yep.
let it go. And I am not angry with that call at all. I would not have hated a foul contest. I think there was enough contact. It would have been a reasonable call. But I would probably lean towards a no call, and that's what we're coming up with. So I think that was a good example of how you work out a discussion in our self-refereed sport.
Yep, so that's a very, very great example of spirit of the game, actually. Something that we really, in the sport, uphold. So now DMG men on offense. With Bernie on the disc and AJ on the mark. Oh, just missed it. The disc just popped out of the hands of the supposedly receiver, number 88, DMG men.
Yeah, lovely low inside out. Let's see if there's Fyshwick able to convert. AJ jumps out.
Alex Young reels it in.
It's almost like those guys have played together before. Definitely connection and rhythm between those guys. Very strong finish. Very nice footwork right there.
Beautiful. Looks like a little bit of a tango, a little bit of cha-cha. Just to fake off the defender right there.
No, and one thing that's interesting, to go back to that call right there, sometimes a turnover can be very deflating. You know, you throw it away, you have an opportunity. But I think how that was handled by both teams, including the Fyshwick team, it was not as deflating as it could have been because of the high-level spirit, because of the energy carried over by kind of having the honor of withdrawing a foul call. And you could see them come out on a hard defensive series right after that, and then kind of carrying the momentum through. And I think, in a way, making a spirited call like that can help the energy and the momentum of a team. That's kind of my take on what we saw right there.
Yeah, actually, I couldn't agree more. And it's also very comforting that the whole team just understands that it's just part and parcel of the game, and they would just dog it down on the defense. And yeah, they managed to get the score at the end of the day. Now DMG on offense, with Justin Ho on the disc, putting a big OI to Sato right there.
Yep.
Finding Jeff. Not
Fyshwick
rushing.
locking in. Fyshwick locking in a bit here.
Oh, a bit of a contact between both Fyshwick defenders, but managed to stop the next continuation cut.
Now just outside the goal line. Aggressive recovery. Fyshwick keeping them out. DMG has to move back. And the cheeky high backhand going the other way. Saying, we're going to flow to the far side of the field. Oh, no, we're not. We're coming right back with a beautiful high backhand score.
That caught me off guard. And I can't say the same for DMG manhandlers. Beautiful put.
And Sato knew. Jeff says, hey, we're just going to swing the other side. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to go right back where we came from. Lot of space for Sato. Sometimes going against flow gives you a chance to find spaces that other folks don't think are there. That takes us to 11-9. Getting towards the trail edge of this open final. DMG holding on to a 2-point lead. Fyshwick fought back at the beginning of this half to draw close, but since then there's been a lot of trading of points. And at this point, trading of point favors DMG. Fyshwick is the team that has to make something happen in the next 15 minutes.
And I do believe that they have the capability to actually put it in, put a score for the equalizer. And I am actually hoping for a UP for this game. AJ on the disc at the far sideline, having a bit of trouble, and seems to be a stall out call. But
Let's check this for a second here. Because the throw itself was a turnover. Let's evaluate this a little bit. Was there a foul as well? Because I can't imagine that AJ would care that much about this unless there's a chance that they're keeping possession.
yep, indeed. So
I mean, there is the matter of where the disc would be, whether it is over on the sideline or turned over in the middle of the field. But let's see what's happening. Thank you for the hand signals, guys. That was sarcastic. And it looks like it's a turnover of some sort, I think. That's the shaky hand. So we appreciate that. Thank you, AJ.
unintended, slightly longer of a call.
And looks like the disc is going to the middle of the field, so that is a turnover to the middle of the field. And DMG will take over at a pivotal point right here. Take it over at about midfield with a chance to go up 3 in the waning moments of this game. Maybe not waning moment, that's a little bit much, a little bit of an exaggeration. But DMG takes over. Over on the far sideline, works it back to the middle. Inside out, gets it across the field, but we're going to hold off. That is a pick call. But it looks like possession will stay over here with DMG just inside of the brick mark right now.
Oh. I see a pattern here. I see a pattern. DMG, man.
Yeah, Sato finds a way to get it to Bernie, and then Bernie throws that cheeky high backhand. And you could almost see in Sfato's face right there, it's like, come on, guys. Again, they did it again. Very cheeky. Whoop.
Yep, and Bernie right there, if you can see from this. Oh, a bit out of frame, but Bernie actually ran out of the field to cut back into the field for the pre-assist. Literally thinking out of the box there, Bernie. Just goes to show the dexterity of him. And yeah, that is why he's in the finals.
Yeah, you could see some frustration on the Fyshwick faces right there. And those kind of cheeky little throws, they'll get to you. You'll take that personally a little bit. But now is the time that Fyshwick needs to wake up, needs to go ahead, hold this score, and then get some breaks, because we are running out of time right now. We're inside of 11 minutes. Pull goes out of bounds. Alex Young to pick up.
And a break call.
And spread out offense. Oxfatos coming across. Fyshwick moving disc. A lot of energy right now. Finding AJ. Looking to reset it. Get it across the field. Well timed. And into the end zone. A lot of space there. And Mark Scheller takes it in on the score. Very solid offensive hold, exactly what Fyshwick wanted on that possession. Bring out the D team. Time to fire up and take that disc away. Down 2. From Michael Hartfield right there. And away we go. Defense team on for Fyshwick in a pivotal moment, down 2. Time running out. Time to make a move. D team is out, so we see some Juan. Juan has been great this tournament. Has been a big difference maker.
Instrumental in the lineup here. And he's always open from what we've seen so far, albeit being one of the smaller guys on the lineup. Nice, beautiful throw from the world's best roommate. Sato with the disc. Finding Jeff. Big fake backhand hug. Centering the disc back to Sato. Fyshwick defense. Ooh, that seems to be a call between Merlin and Sato with a hand signal, signaling the game is good, can go on. Oh, almost got there, Fyshwick. As DMG threading the needle, moving the disc, trying to move the disc exactly through the middle of the field, finding Yamboi at the far side. And a absolutely laser of a shot to a grab by DMG, extending the lead, 13-10.
Yeah, ran it with the score. And yeah, that was a very similar hold to Fyshwick in that Fyshwick did what they do best, work it up the field. Then DMG came up, threw some cheeky inside outs, a lot of low releases, and that was enough to find the score right there.
Reynard pulling it down for the 13th score.
DMG just 2 points away from claiming Trio Invitational Gold. Fyshwick needs to make a move right now. They need another hold just like before and then some defensive breaks. We see some common names out there. We're seeing some Alex Young and Svatos out there. We got AJ. Bernie with the pull. Let's see how far he can send it now this late in the weekend. Goes about halfway in. Fyshwick works up. Can't get a second throw off quickly, but then finds the far sideline. DMG making it difficult to get across the field. Fyshwick loses a little bit of territory, but holds on for a new stall count. Now just moving Alex with this just above the brick line. Alex Svatos working it down. And finding some space on the sideline. Couple looks up the field. Probably going to move to the middle right now. Instead, Svatos goes down the line. Not much room to work with. And just like that, counter attack. Is that going to hold up enough? No, it is not.
Wow, I mean, you can tell from the Fyshwick lineup that they are getting frustrated as there was a bit of a miscommunication happening on the field right outside the scoring end zone. But luckily for them, they will be able to redeem this as the MG put it up too far. But yeah, Fyshwick will have to work this all the way down the field again in hopes to get the next score. Alex Young on the disc. Finding AJ right by the sideline. And puts it up. A forehand. Oh. Ooh. Nice one. Nicely done.
Oh, yeah, that was tough on Joven right there. He was thinking if he just had one extra eye in the back of his head, he would have been able to take that away.
Yep.
Anatomy is not fair. But beautiful hold. Mark to Dane. And we are back within 2, winding down inside of 4 minutes right now. Yeah, it's hard. You don't want to be caught face guarding, but sometimes as you're moving around, as you're trying to turn the corner, it's going to happen.
And we have word of the field. Fyshwick called their first time up, I believe, for the match. Taking this opportunity to regroup and work something out, putting up a new strat probably, and hopefully leveling this match.
We are just 3 minutes away from the cap. DMG up 13-11. And we're going to have Fyshwick pulling to DMG. Well, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Good fun here in Putrajaya. We're winding down at the end of the Open Division Finals, a trio invitational. Fyshwick from Canberra, Australia. DMG from all over Asia, a whole lot Singapore, Malaysia. Having a good time. This is very hard fought. Good fun, good spirit, good energy, and amazing commentators.
Now
And-
that I can agree.
And good roommates.
The best
The
roommates.
best roommates. See, I knew it. I knew it. There are 2 33s. I knew it. I wasn't totally crazy. Talking about DMG, a little confusion numbers. Sato is a 33, and I think Frankie is a 33.
Frankie 33 as well, yep. Now that is saddled with the stylish glasses.
All right, DMG working up. Fyshwick knows that it is time to get a block. It is time to do something. They need to get this disc down to time winding down in this one. Look for the low inside out. Running around into space there. Oh, wait a minute. What has happened?
Oh no. That was an awesome attempt for the D, but looking at AJ tumbling. Not quite sure what's happened there.
Yeah, it's hard for us to see from this angle. Of course, DMG comes away with the disc, and there's no problem. AJ gets up. Most important, we are happy that he's up on his feet. That was quite a little tumble, but there's no way he's missing any time in this one. And it is up. Ooh, unable to hold the disc. Disc going back to Fyshwick at a vital time. Is that Justin unable to hold it right there? And it goes straight up. Alex throws up.
Jander looking to reel it in. amongst 3 DMG players. Oh, getting picked off by Yan Bo Yi.
Yeah, Chandler unable to bring it down. DMG takes over, trying to counterattack fast. Justin on the mark. AJ trying to stop that throw to the middle, trying to stop that dump, trying to get there, unable to get all the way over there. Took a big tumble on his last layout, but I know that if he gets a chance to do it again, he's going to do it again. Cheeky little throw over the top. DMG seeing some space, perhaps tasting a little blood right now. Cheeky high, is that going to work? It is not. Gone to the well a few too many times.
Tapped away.
Paul with a little bit of a look back right there. Say, nah.
You ain't getting that.
Nah, you ain't. Fool me once, fool me twice. 3 times, nah. And another timeout. Jacob Merlin with the disc and opts for the timeout. We are going to timeout, and that is, we are at time cap. So what that's going to mean is this is either a game to 14 or 15, depending on who scores. Doesn't really help us to talk about the hypotheticals, but just if you care, Fyshwick scores. It is a game. It'll be 13-12, game to 14. DMG scores. It'll be 14-11, game to 15.
I mean, I don't know about you, Jared, but I am excited to see more points getting played out on the field. So yeah, I'm hoping and rooting for Fyshwick right now to level out this to 13-13 for a UP.
I am totally unbiased, which is very difficult because, you know, my future roommate is actually playing in this game. So it's very hard for me to stay unbiased. And looks like you're getting some love in the chat right there.
Hey there, Akok. Nice to see you joining us on the stream.
And away we go. I'm not really sure what we're going to see. We had a timeout by Fyshwick. Jacob Merlin with the disc. He's a lot of experience, so I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how much experience playing with these guys. So curious what they have in mind. Now, I'm wondering, of course, we're going to see a match defense. We haven't seen anything other than a match defense here from DMG. Nonetheless, I would not be surprised if the defenders are keeping their eyes open and looking for the opportunity to jump off if, in fact, Fyshwick does telegraph any of their cuts or throws right now. But they are coming out in a match. Rowan throws a little high backhand down the line. Alex Young goes back, swings the disc around. Finding AJ in the middle of the field.
Oh!
Massive bid, but not quite enough. And that is a big score right there. Fyshwick holds on, and just like that, we are at the cap. Game to 14. DMG up 13-12. Mark Shillard, sorry about that. Little pause there. Mark Shillard pulls it down. Big target for Fyshwick today. And away we go into the last 2 points of this game. Fyshwick needs 2 breaks. DMG needs to hold once. And this is for the Trio Invitational Open Division Championship. Just over my right shoulder, there's a big old pile of medals. A bunch of piles of medals. One of those piles will be awarded to one of these teams, whoever is able to hold on in this battle. Fyshwick trying to get their correct matchups. Getting a little help from the sideline. DHS, one of the captains, assisting with the matchups, and my roommate sends it down, and we are off. Pull doesn't quite make it to the goal line. DMG works it to the middle.
Oh, nice forehand high release leading up to the sideline from Jeff. DMG working it slow this time around, trying to keep possession of disc, not trying to put up big throws that they have been doing. A few points. Reynard right outside the field. And there, I believe there will be a travel call.
That's one of those travels where, yes, that is pretty obvious. The DMG player just kind of laughed it off, said, yep, that was travel. But they are still right up at the goal line.
Finding Bernie. Back to Reynard. Bernie, nice upline cut right there. Trying to squeeze, but there would be a contact uncontested call, I believe.
Yep, getting a little smack in the back right there. Not quite in, just inches away, and
Ho ho ho!
and DMG is your Open Division Champion Trio Invitational 2026. And Yanbo Yi takes the final score. And just like that, DMG is going to be wearing the fancy medals as your Open Division champion. It only kind of makes sense that the last throw is a very cheeky, low, inside-out cross field when you're 2 centimeters from the goal line.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the kind of throws Jeff is known for the assist. And that wraps it up for the men's division finals. And for all those folks that are tuning in on YouTube, don't switch out to any other channels now because we have a game happening at 4:30. The Women's Division Finals, Trio Invitational 2026 for Uno fighting against Tea Party. Yep, so tune in and we'll catch you later.
Yes, see you soon. Peace.